They spit on me in my homeland. Gloria, send me pictures of my boy. Mm. Hey, nice. I guess that we are live, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear me singing a bit of Alice in Chains over here. Rooster, of course, one of the best. Let me just refresh my screen, get everything, sorted out. And normally, everything is cool. I already see some people in the chat. Waylon, listen, I know, man. I apologized. It's Friday, right, today, aren't we? Yep. Oh, man, it's Friday. It is 5:30 p.m. my side. It's probably a early, late morning, early afternoon for my American folks. I know that it's an hour, I think, before for my British folks. So, yep. Hey, Waylon. Hey, Melvin. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Nadia. Hope you're doing really, really, really good. And yo, Movie Blues 420. Hey, happy weekend, boys. Thank you, man. Happy weekend to you too, my guy. Happy weekend to you too, man. I'll probably watch a found footage movie or something. Like I'm not even joking. You'll see. I watch a lot. A lot. Et oui, vive la France, vive le roi. Effectivement. El rey. All right. So I guess you guys can ask me anything you want, like my opinion on anything in terms of what happened this year or stuff like that, like whether it be in the entertainment industry, like movies, or whether you want to ask me what my favorite song of the year is or album or anything like that. Just Predator handshake. Yes, sir. Yeah, Dark Hour. I didn't ask you because this is actually like I plan on doing this like an hour before going live. So if you're actually free and want to come on, dude, just DM me and I'll send you the link because Streamyard is interesting. I forgot how to use Streamyard. I'm not even gonna lie to you. A new recommendation for you: Man Finds Tape, brand new banging found. Oh, thank you. All right, all right, all right. I'm liking this already. Okay, nice. I'll definitely check that out. Honestly, not too sure, man. Like, I don't know how long this is gonna take or anything. I'm just gonna do like a tier list. I'm gonna do a tiny little tier list, and then after that, I'm gonna just chat around a bit until I'm tired or until I feel like not streaming. So just pop in for whenever, man. Hopefully, maybe 2-3 hours, maybe an hour and a half. I just don't know. See you, Waylon, man. Take care, brother. Take care. Why did you think Spider-Verse 2 was good? Well, because it was, Melvin. No, it was good, man. Hey, listen, okay. You've seen my video. We've had lengthy emails about this as well. And you know that I love Spider-Verse 2, even though I do think that it has some flaws. I do think that it has some quite visible flaws, especially because of the fact of the way that the film ended. You can't really conclude 100% if what it's giving you is good or not, because it's a transition period. So which kind of sucks because in trilogies nowadays, like the second one is just the branch to the third act finale, whereas even if you were watching something like Two Towers, for example, Two Towers is still something where you can watch it as a standalone. It's something that I still find interesting on its own, but I don't know. Oh, wait, Dark Hour just sent me a. All right, give me a sec, Dark Hour. Let me Now, how the fuck do you share streams? What is this? What does this button do? Yeah, I've really forgotten how to share to share guest stuff, man. Oh my god. Yeah, Dark Hour, how do you send someone a link on Discord, dude? On Streamyard. No joke. Anyone who wants to hate on Spider-Verse 2 should have to watch the Sony Villainverse slop for 8 hours straight. Whoa, I didn't say that properly. The Sony Villainverse slop for 8 hours straight. Melvin, you heard. Okay, wait. Let me just try and... How do I add people? Oh, Oh my god, I'm so stupid. The button was like right there. It was literally in front of my eyes. Oh lord. Uh Yo, Walter up in the right hand side. Yeah, thank you, Rebel. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is doing good for you. And it's now we're at the end of the year finally. So yeah, of course. Nadia, to answer your question, here's my tier list of TV shows and movies I watched this year. Well, 2025 specific. So it's not a lot to be honest with you. This year I've seen, I think it's let me see, 89 movies. So in a year, yeah. So, Tur, what was your top horror this year? Honestly, uh, I don't know, but it's definitely gonna be in here somewhere. 28 years later, fuck that. That can just go and die. Final Destination Blood. You know what? We'll start. Wait, let me just get Dark Hour in here if he has like the link or anything. Let me just check my messages in case he didn't get it or in case. Yep. Boom. Down, I'm down in a hole and I don't know if I can be saved. Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of Alice in Chains. Disagree? The gods have agreed that I won't have to watch crap stuff. All right, Melvin, listen, man, listen. Stranger Things better be a whoa, mama. I'm sorry, Nadia. This this is gonna sound like a disappointment, but you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And Melvin, of course. Hi, Melvin. Horror was ass this year. I agree. Um, I agree. Honestly, I do think that it was quite bad. Even the indie stuff, we didn't get too much thing. But yeah, movie Blues 420. I was about to mention that I actually think Strange Harvest might be in my top three for sure in terms of horror this year. Strange Harvest is exceptionally well, especially not only for what it does in terms of like on its own merits, but of course when you put it in the context of the entire found footage genre, more specifically the mockumentary subgenre, and even more specifically in the mockumentary subgenre, the of course the what's it called? The true crime detective stuff. So yeah, thank you, Melvin. And please do smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hot take together was fantastic. That was a hot take. Together is in my whoa mama or in my whoa tier. So yeah. Weapons. I don't know, man. Like it's weird because so I know a ton of people loved. Yeah, well, let's just start with weapons. Where is it? So I know that a ton of people loved weapons. I was not a fan of weapons at all. So like really, really was not a fan of weapons. Um I think that Zach Krager did a was it Zach Krager? Yeah, it was Zach Krager from Barbarian. So yeah, Zach Krager did a much, much, much better job in Barbarian. Now, I don't think that the direction is bad for weapons. I think that there's too much going on at the same time with the script, and I do not think that the script is managing to balance all those things. And it's like, eh, you know, it didn't really do it didn't really do anything for me more than what I've already seen, and I don't think that it was quite good. The story for me has so many plot holes, but I think that a lot of people justified said plot holes because of how engaging the movie was. The direction is quite good, which he proved to us that he could do with Barbarian. Of course, the tonal shifts everyone was saying about the end of the movie. It's like the movie expects you to be on board with. Spoiler alert. A couple of dozen kids chasing and I guess you could say defiling a grandma. So yeah, weapons for me. Nah, it just didn't land. Barbarian was a much better outing for Zach Krager. I do hope that Zach Krager still stays strong as a director because, he knows his shit. But in terms of script, I think the weapons was way too lacking for me. Now, of course, let me just catch up back with the chat. Movies in general were crap this year. Oh yeah, definitely were. Strange Harvest is a new genre classic. Yes, yep. Strange Harvest was really good. I was actually waiting on it last year, and then it only hit well, digital for me this year. So yeah. F1 and Primitive War, the only goods one that is the only ones that I'll defend as good. Yeah, I'll definitely defend F1. F1, well, you know what? Oh fuck, I forgot to put weapons. So weapons for me would either go in mid as fuck or I mean it's alright. The reason why it goes into mid as fuck instead of I mean it's alright is because mid, it kind of stands out, you know? Even though it's mid, it does so much good in terms of directing that it. I wish I could put it higher. You know, I wish I could, but you know, I'm conflicted. Now, Together, Frankenstein, and well, that's about it. Yeah, I haven't seen Frankenstein. You should watch Together, man. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Together was better than The Substance. Also, Weapons was a major disappointment. No tension because of its structure. Well made, but Barbarian smokes it. Fuck yeah, Movie Blues. You're speaking my language, man. Together was, in my opinion, better than The Substance. I agree with you on this. I think that Together is a much more, I guess, in and out experience, whereas The Substance, you're just reeling in it and you're like, oh man, okay. Like, I'm behind this. I'm enjoying what's going on, but I would like it to end, you know? And it's not that I would like it to end, but I still have, you know, a little finger open to look at the screen. No. It's just like, yeah, let's just end this. I'm in. Oh shit. Dude,
You son of a bitch.
Dylan. No.
Dylan.
Rojas, you son of a boom. Oh, dude. Oh man, it is great to see you, man. Dude, I swear, if you didn't type in the chat that you were in, you would have definitely stayed.
I was in the back, just like being like, yeah, I've seen like maybe 3 of these movies, so. I just had one of those years where I just didn't really, I didn't take in anything good. It's true. I'm so worried about doing the. I understand why you retired, man. This is a fucking grind.
Oh, dude, there's so much bad shit that came out this year, and Nadia. I love your husband more than you do because I love the fact that he hated weapons. So give him.
I'm going to pull double duty, so I'm typing out the script in my next video. But I was like, I can't not take this opportunity to at least talk to you for a little bit. You know?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, just stay on as long as you want.
I mean, I should be able to pull this off as I'm going. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. What were your most disappointing films this year? Not bad, but movies that just let you down. Weapons and Jurassic World Rebirth killed me. I expected so much more from Gareth Edwards and David Koepp. I don't know how you fucking pronounce his name. David Koepp. Okay, so disappointing. Most of it is in the tier list. So disappointing will definitely be where is this? 28 Years Later, which of course we are sending into the depths of Mordor because 28 Years Later is arguably one of the worst movies of the entire year. And this is objectively speaking. This is not just me giving my opinion. It is bad. It is really bad. Dark Hour, you've seen it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was very distracted by the guy with the zombie, which
the huge dome.
The fucking, you know, that the funny part is that was my most before my Twitter got shut down for inauthentic behavior. That was my most successful tweet. All I did was find a GIF of a it was like a black and white stick figure smashing other people with I have to find it, and it just, and I didn't even tag the movie. I was just like, this is what it was like, and it went viral. I was like, what the hell?
And then boom,
it was just like it was set up in such a way that the stick figure was like holding like just something, but it was lined up like it looked like a big dick, and it just was smashing other stick figures. And I don't know, it just went viral. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Well, you know, dick figures, I guess they go viral.
Dick figures, dude. I don't know if you watched my my video that I just put out that is now officially age restricted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's House of Asher. It's Spartacus. I'm not shocked, but yeah, there's a lot of dicks in that too. So an obnoxious amount. I'm not shocked that the video got age restricted.
I mean, you can put it in. I guess
we censored everything. Like everything was censored. And
But technically, if you only put it in black and white, does it make the dicks come out bigger, or like what it was?
I don't know.
Stupid jokes I'm making with myself, man. Tara, I have missed you. Miss you too, Nadia. The crew and I are cheering all horror movies for 2025 on the 30th if you got time. Honestly, yeah, I'll let you know the day before if that's okay with you. I'll send you a text on Discord the day before, Discord or email, because I don't have Twitter. So I'll send you the day before to confirm my presence. I don't want to say yes now and then not be able to later. Jurassic World Rebirth made me lose my faith in humanity.
That was such a shitty movie. Like that might have been
movie,
that
man.
honestly might have been the worst movie of the year.
Right, so let's go back to the tier list stuff. So 28 years later, trash, weapons, trash. Now, since we've been talking about Jurassic World, where is it?
It's
there
right there, yeah.
So where would you rank this? Would you
I think it was the worst of all the movies I saw. I think it was the worst of the year. I think that it just, I think that it took everything that everything that the other Jurassic World movies was doing wrong and just cranked that shit to 11 and wasted. So I didn't need to see the Rancor. Like that was dumb. The premise was completely off. It could have been a way to bring the series, the franchise back, and it just pushed it further away from people.
Yeah. I think it was so bad. But just before we hop on that, I just want to say this because Melvin is about to leave. Melvin Deeply for £10. Thank you, Melvin.
Oh yes,
thank you.
The Snickers wrapper. Yeah, the fact that the whole thing gets kicked off by a Snickers wrapper.
Snickers wrapper. Oh yeah. Sadly, I can't stick around. Love you, Melvin. Truly do. Need to do big boy stuff. Well, I hope you do some big boy stuff, man. We should do a greener and talk some stupid shit for a while. Yeah, dude, of course. You have my email, and plus we're on Discord, so whenever you want to, you let me know, and we can see if our schedules like we can make time for each other, of course. So yeah. Later, brethren. Later, Melvin. Love you, man. Take care, and have a great rest of your day, man. And now, so let's just so Jurassic World Rebirth. Fucking garbage. That was genuinely bad. It was. I would personally put it below. No, actually, I would put 28 years later worse than Jurassic World.
They were pretty much on the same tier. Like, I mean, obviously they're on the same tier here, but I would say they were. You could go 1A, 1B with those, in my opinion. Of the things that I saw, at least. I mean, there's probably stuff on here that I didn't see that's worse. But
so we got Sinners. Did you see Sinners?
I did not.
You didn't? So as Movie Blue says, honestly, watch From Dusk Till Dawn. Yep. From Dusk Till Dawn is a much better movie than Sinners. The issue that I have with Sinners, apart from the plot holes and stuff like that, and is that it has incredible. I mean, Dark Hour. The first hour 15 minutes is basically just set up where it's like showing you everything that's about to happen, but they just can't deliver on when it finally pops off.
I feel like that's a lot of horror movies have that problem where about the halfway point, they've set up all this great stuff and then it's the writing fails it. I don't know if it's just the genre as a whole has that issue or.
But dude, it's not the genre as a whole. I mean, like the thing is that you have a ton of horror movies. I agree. Either they're only good in halves. So you have the first half that's good, the last half is bad, or the last half that's good, the first half is bad.
Yeah.
But for Sinners, the issue is that like the first half is so good, like whoa, and then it just nosedives and like it crashes and burns, and I was like, whoa, that was it was pretty bad. So yeah, I would definitely just rewatch From Dusk Till Dawn instead of rewatching Sinners. So where would I put Sinners? I would definitely just put Sinners in mid as fuck. I would much rather rewatch Sinners over Weapons though, so that is something. Weapons, I personally just wouldn't rewatch it. Not until for a while. Let me just catch up with the chat. Check. Give me just a second.
I don't know exactly why I didn't watch Sinners, by the way. I see Nadia's mentioned it. I think there was just other stuff that was going on at the time, and I was just like, I I don't really care.
Sinners was when, like, at the beginning of the year? No, middle of the year, right?
It was definitely. Let me see. I'll take a look.
No, middle of the year, I think. Yeah.
Let me see what was going on at the time. Maybe.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. 28 years later, one of the best trailers that we've had in like a decade. No joke. And then absolutely horrendous.
What was I covering in April? Let's see.
Okay. Let me just catch up to all of this. Can't wait for Peter Jackson to remake 28 years later. King Dong CG should be intense. Oh yeah, it'll be really good. Haley Atwell. Dark Hour hated the Snickers wrapper.
Well, yeah, I said I hated that the Snickers wrapper, but yeah, it should have been more. There should be a backstory, an origin story of the Snickers wrapper.
Wake Up Dead Man was utter dog shit. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it at all. I don't even remember half these movies, and I've seen most of them in theater this year. Oh, well, that's the issue with 2025 is that we have so many forgettable movies that I have definitely skipped the theater for because I was just like, eh. So Nadia, these are only the movies and TV shows that I have personally seen. So that's of this year. So yeah, so I've only seen One Punch Man season 3. I haven't seen the new Demon Slayer, or I haven't seen Chainsaw Man Reze Arc. I was actually about to watch that tonight. Although I am very familiar with Chainsaw Man, I used to read the manga weekly before they even discussed about making it into an anime. So yeah, Denji's my guy. All right. All right, there you go. Jacob WD40, Merry Christmas, guys. Good to see you again. Turn looking good on the thumbnail. Thank you, Jacob. Traveling has done wonders for your fur. I mean, yeah, man. Like, look at these luscious locks, dude. Just need to get the Rasta man back.
It's been a while. I mean, you cut that off.
Yeah,
it's going on. It's a while now.
Been like, yeah, almost 2 years at this point that I've.
Your head must have felt so light after you did that. It must.
Oh, dude.
You were like, I just increased my my 40 time. Like,
oh, dude.
Or decreased my 40 time.
I went to the shower first thing, and I was like, oh man, my scalp. It feels so good to feel my scalp. Like that's how bad it was. Yeah. So continuing with movies this year. So I did watch VHS Halloween Dark Hour. I don't know if you're familiar with the VHS franchise.
You can just at all. I know about the VHS franchise. I'm just assume most of the horror stuff. I just didn't do it. We need to go with that. Not really my genre.
So VHS Halloween, I thought it was quite an interesting addition to the franchise. I do think that kind of like everything that came past VHS 2, it is a really, really, really big mixed bag. Some of the highs really, really, really high, and some of the lows are just like, oh man. I do prefer VHS 85 though. I do think that was a bit more consistent overall. So for that, and of course, the stories in VHS Halloween are also really stupid for some of them. So I wouldn't put it too much in the depths of Mordor, but I would put it in, I mean, it's all right. Now, the next movie that we have, let me just check the chat real quick. VHS Halloween was ass. Yeah, that's why I put it in, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. I worked on VHS 2. That's the best one. Fuck yeah, it is the best one. It is the best one by a mile. And I remember you telling me this, man. Dude.
Nadia was in charge of making sure that the tape looked authentic. She was like, what it was actually her work was so good. That was actually a DVD that she turned into a VHS. It was insane.
Nadia, which segment did you work on for VHS 2? I think I know which one, but I just need you to confirm. But yeah, which segment did you work for? Because I know you've already shown me the pics sometimes as well. So yeah. Oh shit! Movie blues. Sorry. Knives Out is my favorite franchise on earth right now. Never seen the movies, but if it's keeping Ryan away from Star Wars, then it's the GOAT series for me. I mean, hey. Yeah, I guess so. Tur talking about touching himself in the shower and feeling so good is the only thing that gives me joy in life. Oh, Jay. All right. So let's continue. Dangerous Animals. Have you seen it? It's the Jai Courtney.
How about it might be easier if we just do the things that I see.
Oh yeah. Sure. What have you seen? All right,
so I'll start with this top list here. So
The Last Frontier is.
No, I saw Last of Us. I saw what's that?
Oh, okay.
That One Punch Man.
One Punch Man season 3. Yep.
I haven't watched that yet.
Okay, so wait, Last of Us. Let's get this into the
Depths of Mordor. It's
Depths
just
of Mordor?
Yeah, Depths of Mordor. I mean, it's based on a terrible. So the first season, they took some creative liberties with the game that everybody wanted to see, very, faithfully adapted, and then they faithfully adapt the shitty game. So and somehow make it worse. I'm not exactly sure how they pulled that off, but somehow make it worse.
For me, it was the fact that for me, it was definitely the fact that like nothing was taken seriously. Well, it's a huge issue with the zombies in the first movie, whereas it's not really. In the first TV show, whereas in the first TV show, everything is really, really, really there. It
had the feel, like the traveling felt. It gave you the feel of the game, because part of the game is that you have these long tracks of time where it's all built on conversations and your ability to transverse this horrible landscape, and they kind of were able to capture that. It wasn't as good as the game, obviously, but they still at least got some of that. This one, because of the location and how it's all in the town and stuff, it amplified everything that was wrong with it, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it comes down to the zombies, because the zombies in season 2 was just like basically inexistent or barely a threat. Yeah, the clickers are barely a threat.
Well, it's like, that's the thing about the clickers, is they're a threat when they're there, but a lot of people forget that about the first game, is you only run into clickers maybe a dozen times throughout the entire game. They're not super prevalent.
But even when you run into them, that's the thing. It's like you felt the danger. So even if it was a sparse encounter, you still felt danger. I mean, here the first time
that's what I was saying. They're used properly in smaller doses. Whereas, once you start to add too many, it's the law of inverse ninjutsu. One ninja is really hard to deal with. 100 ninjas you can kill easily. It's the same thing with this.
And so, like, at this point, well, even Ellie and Dina, when they go, in the first, I think two episodes, when they go,
it was episode 2, I believe.
Yeah, when they go investigate that place on their own with the other 3 that were on their backs, and it's like, dude, this is such a bad post-apocalyptic society. Not only that, because not only do you have Ellie and Dina who are not respecting authority, which would be a definite must in these type of situations, considering that you can get, sandwiched by a million fucking clickers just, defawing out of the mountain randomly, which is, still a huge problem. And then after that, you have just all the story stuff that just doesn't make sense. Either doesn't make sense or is just tweaked so badly where it kills your believability, and it just kills everything. And not to mention that I don't think that Bella Ramsey is a leading actress. I just, like, she for me, she just can't hold the show.
I almost feel bad for her.
I feel bad for her. I definitely feel bad for her.
I don't know if I fully feel bad, because she has sort of started to embrace this whole, I'll just deal with it kind of thing. But when she was in Game of Thrones, she was kind of annoying because she was this little girl boss character. But like, that's really what she, it was originally known for. And then they've now tried to throw her into the spotlight, and I don't, like you said, that's not who she is. She's a person who probably should just be a spot character like that. And especially when Ellie is such a well-remembered character from the games, at least in the first game. And they had so many other actresses they could have went with, and it was just, it felt very much like they were just pushing a narrative with her that didn't need to be pushed.
Well, I mean, the one that everyone wanted was the actress from Alien, Romulus.
Was that, what's her name?
The main character from Romulus. She could have played a amazing Ellie, adult Ellie. I mean, Kaylee Spenny. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
Kaylee Spenny. She could have played an amazing Ellie, and even the bald-headed chick in Romulus. She could have played one of the what are their names? The Scars. I was like, she could have played Lev. A bit older, but it's all right. So Last of Us, we're done now. One Punch Man, then Last Samurai Standing. Where would you put it?
That I'm gonna put in the Whoa Mama.
Whoa Mama.
Whoa, mama. I thought that was exceptionally
John?
well done. The only
Yeah.
thing that was really weird to me was that if you watched it, because I was taking notes when I was watching it, so I had to use the dub instead of the sub. The weird thing that they did with the mouths was kind of a little weird. But other than that, I love that show. I forgot to bring that up like yesterday when I was asked about stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah. Last time I was standing, I think that because of the ending, people aren't really talking about it that much.
Because it's very clear. It's clearly a part one.
Nadia, no. Alien Romulus or nothing. Alien Romulus goes in the trash for me. I'm sorry. She lacks self-awareness. If someone comes to me and says we want to cast you as a 20-year-old underwear model, I know that's going to be a failure. So we're talking about Bella Ramsey here. I mean, yeah, I would accept the role for season 1 Ellie, but season 2 Ellie, I'd just tell them, hey, listen, this is like I don't look old enough. Go with someone else. No, that would be happy. So Jacob WD 40 for $5. Thank you, my man.
That's real money, my friends.
Thank you. One Punch Man season 1 is top 10 anime of all time. I will have to agree with you 100%. I think the One Punch Man is fantastic. Season 1, incredible. After that, read the manga, because I've been reading the manga for 6 years at this point. And the latest chapter that I read was, I think, yesterday, actually. So yeah, Murata is still dropping bangers. One is still dropping bangers. I just wish the Bandai Namco could have done something with season 3, because season 3, Dark Hour, I don't know if you noticed, but One Punch Man season 3 is like absolute garbage in terms of everything. Except for
I'm not a huge
8.
Anime guy. There's a few here and there that I like. I did watch the first season of One Punch Man. I didn't follow it after that. But I'll take your word for it.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's bad. And the reason is because Bandai Namco bought the rights and stuff like that of One Punch Man, the anime. But the big issue is that they didn't know anything about animation, so they kind of just crunched everyone and gave them unobtainable deadlines, and so that's what we're getting with season 3. That's why every episode is really, really bad. Like, it looks like it's in the previous stages sometimes. So yeah. Moomin Rider is my goat. Yeah, Moomin Rider is my guy, man. I'm with Moomin Rider. I'm with Zombie Man. Zombie Man is one of my favorites, and the Boros fight is hard as fuck. Yeah,
my all-time at this point, my favorite anime is probably. So it's weird because like all times are weird for me, because I feel like there's very clearly distinct eras for anime.
Dude, me it's One Piece, Akame ga Kill, Mob Psycho 100. Those are my top 3 anime of all time. They haven't changed in over a decade.
One of my all-time favorites that no one ever talks about is Hajime no Ippo. If you're a fan of
Hajime no Ippo,
yeah. If you're a fan of boxing, watch that one. It's fantastic.
Hajime is great. Hajime is really good classic anime. Really
Hajime is also the thing. So in judo, when they start the match, and I guess it's probably in MMA and boxing as well for them, Hajime is the thing that they say. So
Hajime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hajime no Ippo. 2 was a huge decline. I agree. 3 was even worse. Yes, Ellie's gay, by the way. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. Let me just catch up with the chat just a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're good. So let's move back to the tier list. So what were we on? Stranger Things 5, I guess.
Yeah, the next 3 things after Last Frontier, the next 3 things I've seen. So we can Stranger Things. I feel a little weird. So that's the video I'm writing right now, actually. But I feel weird critiquing it as a whole for the year because it's still coming out. But as of right now, I don't think it's Depths of Mordor level.
I'd put it like the I guess the beginning of. I mean, it's all right.
Yeah. It has a chance to jump up to mid as fuck, but
yeah, that's what I'm debating too, because I can't really give as you said, I can't give a proper conclusion with Depths of Mordor at this point. But we'll see. I think it's Wednesday or something like that.
Wednesday. It comes out on Christmas, I think.
Okay. What else did we have? We had Welcome to Derry. I watched the last episode last night, actually. So.
I've yet to finish the show. I watched the first 5 or 6 episodes, and I found it to be mid as fuck. It could get better for me, or it could get worse. But from what I've seen, it was mid as fuck.
I'll actually give that to you. I'll agree with you. I think I'll put it in front of Weapons and Sinners, though. I do think that there's issues with Welcome to Derry. However, to me personally, what it does with the clown and Pennywise and like putting him in different elements and putting him in situations that we personally haven't seen before for like even in the books, they're doing whole new things with him. I think that outweighs some of the bad because of its uniqueness in terms of that, And so for that reason as well, I'll give it mid as fuck. I would tell people to watch it. However, there's so many inconsistencies with the writing. I think that there's some times where the episode is like banging, really good. Everything is, boom, boom, boom. Everything is logical. And then you have the next episode where it's like nothing makes sense. Everything is illogical. And then you're just like, I don't know.
So here's the thing, because I haven't finished the season yet, this could easily go down a tier for me. The first episode was so weird to me, and I do feel like they're spending too much time trying to set up for other shit. Like I know that it was signed, like the show was signed for multiple seasons, but I don't think it's actually multiple seasons of Welcome to Derry necessarily. I feel like they're trying to set up for just a overall Stephen King verse. Because it's clear, I think that they're probably going to try to do some prequeling to The Shining as well. So
yeah, they're trying to right now. They've got Dick Halloran going off to The Shining.
Yeah, he had that whole thing where it's like now his box is open or whatever the fuck.
Like, shit. Yeah, the box is open. It's like, all right, cool. My blood pressure, Nadia. I mean, we can agree to disagree. Stranger Things 5, you said it was whoa mama. I'm saying it's all right, You're saying that
honestly, I personally would not have even if I was doing this, I wouldn't have even put Stranger Things on the list because it's still being I don't like to put a final stamp on something until I've seen the whole thing. So, but if I have to for this, it's as of right now, pacing's terrible for Stranger Things. It's too long, the episodes. It's
Yep. The next one is Bloodlines, Final Destination.
I saw that, and I'm like torn between mid as fucking whoa. I'm leaning towards whoa.
Actually, so I'm curious.
Not whoa, mama.
I want to hear what you say first, and then I'm gonna give my opinion, which I definitely know is controversial.
So I've always been kind of a fan of the Final Destination movies. I think that they're good for what they are. They're not you're not supposed to take them seriously. They're gore porn.
Yo, backface.
These had so. Of all of the Final Destination movies, this had some of the more creative kills. I thought was fun. I wish that they would have went a little bit more into, because they could have easily turned this into the reason why all the other movies happened is because of this effect that caused people to be, because the whole thing is that people are born that weren't supposed to be born, so we're gonna kill them, right? And they could have easily chained that into all the movies and been like all the people who survived the first event. Now that's the reason why the plane crashes and this the logging truck and all that stuff could have happened. I feel like that was a missed opportunity, but for what it was, I think it was better than some of the other installments in Final Destination. So I would put, I just feel like it whoa is almost too much, but I think I have to put it there.
I'm putting in this in the depths of Mordor, to be honest with you. I think this movie is really bad, man.
What were you expecting from a Final Destination movie?
Dude. Okay, so some of you may not know this, but I have probably seen every single Final Destination movie. This is no exaggeration. This is no hyperbole. I have probably seen every single Final Destination movie about 40 to 50 times, each single one. And so the best one, of course, objectively, I think is the first one. However, However, if you actually wanted me to show someone what Final Destination was, I definitely show them Final Destination 2. That one is like it's the Final Destination movie. That is it. When you think of Final Destination, you think of Final Destination 2. You think of the highway. You think of Eugene.
Yeah, you think a lot of the most iconic deaths, I would say, happened in the second one.
Now 3, sharp decline from 2. I do think so. What we have is you have 1. Is okay, so you know what? I'll use my tier list to say how I categorize the Final Destination movies. So 1 would be in Whoa Mama, okay?
Yeah.
2 would be in Whoa Mama. 3 would be in Mid as Fuck. 4 would be in The Depths of Mordor, and 5 would be in Whoa. All right.
Okay, so then if you put 3 in Mid as Fuck, if that's where your categorization for 3 is, I'm gonna say mid as fuck as well because I think it's about on. I think Bloodlines is about on level with 3.
Me for me, you see, that's the issue because for me, Bloodlines is on the same as 4. 4 is the one with the NASCAR one. That was absolute garbage. But that's the issue. It's like I don't know. I feel like Bloodlines benefits. Jacob WD40 says it. It benefits from what EFAP said, where you have retired the franchise for a long while. It comes back, even though the entry is mid or it's all right, it's still going to be praised. But then if they make a sequel to Bloodlines and it's as good or worse than Bloodlines, then the franchise is dead. That's just how it's going to be. I think the people are going to wake up to how mediocre and bad Bloodlines is probably in a year or two.
I thought conceptually it was not a terrible idea. I thought
conceptually it's cool. I
thought that they tried to inject something new into the series because they could have easily just been like another event happens, another accident. This will go. They at least tried to be a little different with this one and be like it's actually the descendants are the ones that we're coming after. I thought that gave it a little bit more than just the same exact formula.
But yeah. So for me, Bloodlines was really, really bad. I'm putting it in the depths of Mordor. Now, will I put it? No, I'll put it in like the top tier of the depths. So we're cool. What else have you seen on this list? So I'm guessing the next one will be Fantastic Four.
Stick. I'm just gonna say that's probably in the. I mean, it's all right. Like I don't think of the Marvel movies this year, it was probably the best of the 3.
I'm not gonna fight.
It wasn't as bad as I expected. It was still pretty bad, though.
It's like, I don't... It's so weird to break down because it's like, I haven't rewatched it since I saw it, and I don't even know if I'll ever decide to rewatch it again. That's the worst. And not even because it's an inherently bad movie. I don't think it's terrible or whatever. It's just so, mediocre.
It is what it is. That it's very much that term really sums up Fantastic Four. I don't think even the Fantastic Four from 2005 is just okay. It's like I think them as characters work better in a comic book medium. It's it's just something because they when you have 4 people that it's all about their interactions and you try to make sure that you get that all into such a short period of time, you lose something there.
See, Backface makes a point, man. F4 mid as fuck, and the birth sequence is beyond peak Marvel, and the rest is so mid. I definitely agree with you there, man. I think that the birthing sequence, the initial visit to Galactus was really cool, and that was it.
Yeah, Galactus gets wasted, unfortunately. I mean, he'll come back. They're gonna bring Galactus back.
Oh yeah, Galactus will return.
But it's very much the same as whatchamacallit, Kang the Conqueror, just a wasted first go,
Oh yeah. The cartoon that they teased would have been infinitely better.
What cartoon?
Oh yeah, at the beginning of the movie, they had those little cartoony.
Well, those were actual cartoons.
Oh,
they weren't teasers. Those were from like the 60s or something.
Oh, they weren't made specific. I thought they were made specifically for this movie. Oh, I never realized. Oh, look, it's my friend Crush doing a live stream. Oh my god, my favorite hairy man. All right, so next one I guess is F1.
Yeah, that was definitely in the
mama baby.
The only reason why I would knock it down 1 tier is because it actually, no, I can't even knock it down. I was gonna say,
I can't knock it down. Like it did exactly what Top Gun Maverick did, where it's like, all right, it is exactly what it is, and I'm very, very happy with it. And I would rewatch it, no issue whatsoever. I rewatched it twice in 4D.
It was an adrenaline movie, is what it was.
Yeah, you see, he says they were. He didn't even realize, like me, for the Fantastic.
Yeah, they were. I think like 68 or 9. They came out with those like serialized cartoons, and that was they were using clips from that.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I believe you could just find them on YouTube. I think they're basically no one gives a shit about those, so you could just find them.
No. It's not so bad in prison today. I expect to be forcibly sodomized in the shower, but wasn't. Motherfucker, we're still in prison. Jay, I love you, man. I gotta go to work. Have a good stream, boys, and Merry Christmas. If I don't get to talk to you before the end of the year, Tur. Merry Christmas, Nadia. If I don't get to talk to you before, of course. Do have a great afternoon, and thank you for popping by. Really do appreciate it. And of course, I'll let you know on Monday. Of course,
I'm gonna go back to my scripting soon, but I want to get through the ones that I've at least seen, and then
of course. Don't worry, we'll wrap that up quick, anyways. Now the next one will be Superman. What are you putting it as?
It's definitely in one of the two lowest. I did feel like, only because I thought Corn Sweat did a decent job as Superman, and I don't want to put it in the depths of Mordor, but it was. I feel like the depths of Mordor has to be something that was just so atrociously bad that I wanted to give up on life as I was watching it. Whereas I just found Superman to be more of.
It's all right.
No, I wish there was something that was less than all right. I feel like it was like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it not good. Like, so
we'll put it behind Fantastic Four. So it's at the beginnings of the it's all right. Yeah, it's not the bottom.
It definitely. I think the main problems with Superman is they're trying so hard to turn it into something it's not, which is this starting point for a franchise that if they would have just focused more on the story itself by itself, I think it could have been better.
Like me, see, Fantastic Four and Superman, these are two movies that I do not see myself rewatching whatsoever. It's weird. Superman more so than Fantastic Four, actually, because the Superman aspect, it's stupid for me to say this. I mean, genuinely stupid for me to say this, especially, considering my line of work. But Superman was just way too comic booky for me, especially in that second act where you're just going into different dimensions, going in a fucking space rainbow and with a baby. And I was like, what is this, man?
It could easily put into depths of Mordor, but I want to say, because there was at least one or two things I could say nice about it. I feel like if you have zero things to put it in the lowest category, you have to have zero things nice to say about it. That's same thing with the first category. You have to have zero things bad to say about it. Other than that, you have to put it somewhere in the middle.
I have zero bad things to say about F1. Too James Gunny. Not even too James Gunny. It's just too. How would I say this? Too cartoony, but in a bad way. It feels like it was cartoony, but since it didn't really adhere to the own rules that it created, it felt much more like a cartoon than it did, an actual movie. Which is, it's not really the terminology that I like to use, because like saying something is a cartoon for me isn't necessarily isn't necessarily bad at all. But I don't know how else to explain.
By the way, the lineup for Last Frontier and whatever's below it is perfect. Look at how that's lined up.
Oh yeah, it's true.
That is a legitimately perfect lineup.
It's the long walk. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, it could not be better.
Oh yeah, the lineup is good. Boom boom. So yes. So wait. Let me just want us to check the. It was two lowest common denominator. Yeah. Dude was trying to appeal to every normie on Earth. Definitely agree with you on that backface. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Let me put it this way. I'm not trying to defend Superman as an overall product, but for me to put something in the lowest basically the 0 of 0, I need to be able to say absolutely nothing good about it. And I actually enjoyed Corn Sweat, and I thought that the chewing of the scenery for Nicholas Hoult was hilarious, and that might be the wrong reason to like it, but to like his performance. But
dude, I like
those are two things I can accept. I can see that they were trying they were doing individually pretty well. So I can't put it at the depths.
For me, the only thing that that keeps it in, I mean, it's all right, is the Russian roulette scene. That's pretty much it, because that was actually a really, really good scene. Pretty much. And so boom, 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 boom. Let's see what else do we have. So we have Mission Impossible. This Dead Reckoning Part 2. So the last one.
Final Reckoning. So this one's kind of weird, because I remember a lot of people were down on Dead Reckoning Part 1, and I thought it was better than a lot of people said. And then this one, a lot of people were up on. I thought this one was a downgrade from.
Who the fuck was up on this, dude?
There was a few people who were saying this was. There was a couple people who were saying. So I would say it's in mid as fuck.
No, no, yeah. For me, this was I'd be mid as fuck, mid as fuck. Actually, no. You know what? I'll put it in the beginning of I mean it's all right, only because of its bloated ass fucking runtime.
Yeah, they need
And
this did not need to be two movies that were close to 3
mm,
hours long. It could have this
mm,
could have been one movie or two shorter movies.
mm, mm, mm. Then after that we had Primitive War. Did you end up watching it or not?
I did end up watching
Oh,
it.
dude. So what did you think, dude?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. The only thing that really the problem is that it was restricted by budgetary stuff. Really, that was the only thing that But I for what it was, I think it was pretty cool.
It's crazy that you can say it was restricted by budget, but then you see what's it called? So many dinosaurs for the price that it was made out.
I think so. Here's the thing: is I do feel because it came out in the same year as Jurassic World, it kind of got this like it just seemed so much better in comparison. So like it could be one of those like prisoner of the moment moments, but I'll put it in the whoa category. That's where I would put it.
Put it in whoa. Yeah, I'll definitely agree with you. I'll put it in whoa. For what it was, I'm actually looking forward to. I think it's Luke Sparks is his name.
Yeah.
Looking forward to if they make a sequel or if they actually like whatever he does next. I'm pretty interested.
Not sure if I saw anything else on this list.
So this is a Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Then there's Troll 2.
It's funny. I didn't even realize that was a franchise.
Oh, Now You See Me?
Yeah, now I just found out. I'm going to have to like go watch all of them now.
Oh, shit. We got the Sergeant in the house. Sergeant Gibertina. Hey, everyone. Hey, Sergeant. Hope you're doing good. So that was, so, I mean, what else was? The Long Walk, you haven't seen it?
I didn't see The Long Walk, no.
Oh, dude, you're missing out, man. Right.
Yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's everything I saw on this list. So I don't want to drag you down for the rest of this stream. So.
Nah, you're not really dragging me down, dude.
But I have to get back to my typing. It's as much as I was sure that I was going to be able to do both at the same time. I'm too distracted by talking to you, unfortunately.
All right, dude. Well, cheers. You want to say anything to the people in the chat?
Not really. I mean, just hey everybody, how you doing? Basically, I know a lot of you, and the ones that I don't know, me and Tur used to stream together a lot, and I still try to have him on my channel when I can. So if he's on, check it out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right, well, dude, thank you. Cheers, you later, and anytime, man.
Yeah, of course.
Bye. All right, so now that he's gone, A Long Walk, God tier. I definitely agree with you, my man. Long Walk was so fucking good. Like, oh my god, dude. It is yeah. I said this to I think I was saying this to Vex actually. I was saying that I was pissed that I didn't go watch this at cinemas because by the time that I had found out about it and that I had watched it, it had just come out on digital. And I didn't even know that this was a cinema release or whatsoever. And so it was like, whoa, And I think that the movie lost some money, However, I do think that it is really, really, really worth your time. The Long Walk is arguably one of my best of the year. And it is the power of dialogue. That's the greatest thing. The movie is full dialogue. It's just people walking and talking. And it's like, it's so rare to have a movie where people are literally walking and talking. And it's so good, especially in today's day and age. So when you have something that's there, that's a standout, you really need to celebrate it. And sure, the pleasant distraction. Yeah, of course. Tried to watch it while editing and kept stopping. My jaw dropped. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, so I hadn't seen any of the trailers or anything like that. I just saw the poster and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this tonight. I didn't know what the movie was about at all. I went in 150% blind. And so to see the level of violence that they were showing, because this is R-rated, and see the level of violence when the kids are actually being executed, I was there like, whoa. And, to top it all off, of course, as Bagface says, the performances, incredible. The cast was insane. Definitely agree. Everyone was incredible. My only gripe with this film is that it wasn't any longer. That's how good it was. I wish that it was longer. I wish that it were longer. Now, of course, so The Last Frontier, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but is an Apple TV show with Jason Clarke. He basically, and Johnny Knoxville as well. So what happens is that Jason Clarke is an Alaska policeman or an Alaska sheriff, and there's a very highly dangerous criminal transport that crashes on his section of Alaska, basically. And so, since it's a prison convoy, the people that survive the plane crash escape. Boom, done. You guys have seen The Gray with Liam Neeson. Same concept, same beginning. Boom, that's it. Now, where it differs from The Gray is the fact that once these guys escape, well, now, of course, it's a chase to get them back, of course. But there's the one specific, really, really, really ultra high-level security dude that was on the convoy that kidnaps Jason Clarke's wife. And honestly, I wouldn't put it in woe, because there are quite a couple of issues. However, I would put this in the high mid as fuck. I do definitely think that it is worth your time to watch. It's about 8 episodes. I do not know if they're doing a second season or if it was one and done. However, I think that you should watch it for Jason Clarke's performance alone, because his performance was probably the best of his career. No joke. Is to this day, I think that's some of the best that he has ever done, and I mean ever. Now, of course, Together, we had Movie Blues here talking about Together. Together, for me, it goes in Whoa Mama. I think that Together is a very, very good movie. I think that the standouts, of course, are Dave Franco, Alison Brie. It's a two-person army at this point. And Together just, it does something unique with the horror genre in terms of body horror specifically as a subgenre. And kind of like what I was saying with Strange Harvest and with Movie Blues, it's like it does something unique to its genre. Now, I know I've heard of the plagiarism stuff that has been debunked. So it did do something unique in the genre. And yeah, I think that it deserves the Whoa Mama seal. Whoa Mama. I think that it deserves that seal. Gotta go hit some work. Have a good stream, homie. Thank you, Backface, man. Love to see you, man. And hope that you're having a great end of year time, of course, man. Best regards to everyone, the family and everything. So yeah, man, have some fun. Have a great afternoon, dude. And thanks for stopping by. So yes, now Bring Her Back. So Bring Her Back is the A24 movie by, of course, the two YouTubers who did Talk to Me. I do think that Bring Her Back is a step up from Talk to Me. I wouldn't put it in Whoa Mama. However, I would put it in Whoa in front of Primitive War, because I think that the subject matter or the thematic matter of, dealing with grief is much, it's done in a tastier way in Bring Her Back than it is done in Talk to Me, and also the ending is much less bleak for Bring Her Back than it is Talk. Well, I mean, it is bleak, but in comparison, a happier ending. Even though I am a sucker for bad endings, I love horrible endings for horror movies. So Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I actually watched it yesterday. It goes, and I mean, it's all right. Like, it's quite harmless. It doesn't innovate. It doesn't really do anything in particular with these characters that we've already experienced 2 movies with. I think the first one was the best of the franchise. The second one, it's quite entertaining. It's a little romp. This third one, I'd say it's on par with the second one. You can watch it, you can have a good time, no problem. However, after a while, it kind of gets annoying. But yeah. Then after that, we have Troll 2, which I will put in the depths of Mordor. So Troll 2, really bad. It's not as if saying the first one was good, but man, the second one, yikes. Yeah. Keep looking forward to it, Jay. Oh man. What was I talking about? Oh my god, where was I? Oh yeah, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I think it's quite harmless, but just it's one of those movies that you can turn on for a family night and enjoy, in front of a couple of beers, pizzas, hanging out with the wife and kids. That's pretty much it. The Elixir. So The Elixir is oh wait, I was talking about Now You See Me, Now You Don't, but I had just put up Troll 2. Sorry. Oh yeah. Jay, you're coming. You distracted me. Yeah, there you go. Jay, you're coming, distracted me, man. Yeah, Troll 2, really, really bad. If you thought the number 1 was just it was fun, but it was just all right. You kind of like the Now You See Me franchise. It's harmless. It's there. It's something that you don't have to put out a ton of money. It's on Netflix. You can just grab it online. It's like all right, cool. The biggest thing that you're spending is your time. First Troll movie, decent. Nothing more to say. It knew what it was and it leaned into it. Troll 2, however, leans way, way too much into it. And it leans into it, like to the point where Jacob WD40 for Now You See Me, it's on the same as 2, on the same playing field. And then for Troll 2, it's like it went Matrix Resurrections. There you go. That's what I could say. It leaned too much into the, oh yeah, we have trolls, we have a second troll, they're gonna have a huge fight, and that's how it's gonna be, and it's gonna be cool. And you're like, no. You're not doing anything. Yep, exactly. Yep, that is exactly it, Jake. Now the elixir. The elixir goes into the depths of Mordor, another Netflix original garbage tier shit, just like Troll 2. The elixir is probably one of the worst zombie movies that I have ever seen. Okay, the worst big budget zombie movie that I have ever seen. And keep in mind, I have seen a ton of zombie movies. I mean, I've seen so many zombie movies that it has gotten to the point where I am actively searching for new zombie movies to watch almost every single day because I have seen too many. And so the elixir is quite bad. The pacing, horrendous. This movie clocks in like a bit over 2 hours, and you can feel every single minute, every single second, and every single nanosecond of it. It is bad. The acting, really, I mean, it is hilariously bad acted. But then when you watch the movie and you see the survival instincts of a fucking potato, and that is an insult to a potato, you see how horrendous the characters are, and it's not even worth any of your time. Now, what else is there? Strange Harvest goes directly into Whoa Mama. I would put this in front of Together, actually. So we were saying this before with Movie Blues, who was in the chat. Strange Harvest, mockumentary. It basically follows a serial killer. It follows detectives following a serial killer done in a documentary format. Now, it is quite exceptional, to be honest with you. I don't want to say more, but it's a quick in and out. It's about an hour, 20 minutes max. It is, mockumentary / found footage style. So if you do have those type of motion sicknesses that you can have in found footage, you can still watch this. There are only certain scenes where the camera jolts a bit, but for the rest of the time, it is quite good. In terms of cinematography, in terms of pacing, even the acting is very, very, very good. Strange Harvest is probably one of my favorite horror movies of the year, easily, actually. Up there with Together, of course, as I said at the beginning of the stream. The survival instincts of Bella Ramsey. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so what do we have left? Beast of War. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this one, but Beast of War is the Australian World War II massive shark movie. So basically, you have these guys that are going to war, of course, World War II. So they're going onto the front, they're on the boat, and boom, boat explodes. Everyone is capsized, and it's basically just the Indianapolis all over again. Is it the Indianapolis? Yeah, it is, right? Indianapolis ship. Well, let me not get my. Yeah, there it is. Yep. It's kind of like the Indianapolis all over again. And so you have a group of about 5 not tight-knit at all. I mean, these guys were punching themselves the entire journey at the beginning of the movie. And so when it's finally time to survive, this is where they're confronted to be together, actually work together and stay together. Thank you, Jay. I do think that it is good. However, it's bogged down by the pacing and the lack of what it does with the characters. Because I said there were 5 characters. They're very, very special forces, Jay. Very special forces. The ultimate special forces, actually. I do think that it doesn't do enough with the characters presented, especially considering the fact that there is just a small amount, 5 characters. I think the 5 characters one isolated spot. They set up everything perfectly. Now they're literally on a raft. Well, you could barely even call it a raft, in the middle of the ocean, middle of fog, so no passing planes can see them, and they have a shark that is out to get them no matter what. So much could have been done, but it just took the mediocre route. So I would say, I mean, it's all right because of how bad the pacing issues are. Instead of being in, of course, mid as fuck. Now we've got Shelby Oaks. J. War of the Worlds 2025 is top of Whoa Mama. I haven't even seen War of the Worlds. I've seen so many videos covering War of the Worlds that like I've basically seen the movie at this point. So Shelby Oaks, it's going into the depths of Mordor. I'm sorry, but the script is just really bad. I don't think that the direction is bad. I think that their issue is coming from the multitude of jump scares that are quite, lackluster and unearned. Coming from Stuckman, who said that he hates jump scares, which is crazy. But the story, just utter nonsense. The acting wildly varies. Chris Stuckman, I do think that you should direct, but please don't write anymore. Like that's it. Or at least, go do a couple of writing classes and then boom. Yeah, that's it. All right. No, I haven't seen War of the Worlds yet. Of course, I'm not fucking watching War of the Worlds, man. If I want to watch an Ice Cube compilation, I just listen to an NWA album, dude. Oh, man. Jacob WD4, sir, you gotta watch it. Peak so bad. Well, the thing is that I've seen so many videos on it, so I've seen all the crazy clips of it, especially the Ice Cube clip where he's like, "It's you, it was you." it cracks me up every single fucking time. I think that I'd die if I just watched the movie. Actually, you know what? Let me link this. Boom. Give me just 1 second. I want to link something over here. If I can still find it. Oh my god. There it is. Boom. Okay. So linked. This is a video by Vex, of course, where she does where she cut down all of Ice Cube's best parts in the movie. So yeah. It's a crime. Are you sure the crime is in the movie being made by Amazon with all the Amazon product placement in there? It's like, hey, dude, let's give a homeless guy some money because the drone fell. It's like, what? Sure is gay because he hasn't known the love of Sandra NASA. Listen, okay, I've known the love of Sandra NASA, but the aliens, they came and they took it away, man. They came and they swallowed my data. They downloaded all my data, dude. They deleted it. Best comedy we've had in 15 years. Oh yeah, probably. All right, let me just get these done. Coyotes. Yeah, coyotes. Coyotes is also going into the depths of Mordor. I would put this after Shelby Oaks, but before the Elixir, of course. Actually, we're putting the Elixir quite far back. Elixir, you're gonna go with One Punch Man. Boom. Coyotes is quite horrendous because what's his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. He's literally on the tip of my tongue 2 seconds ago. Where is he? Oh, Justin Long. There we go. Yeah. Oh, like what the fuck? Justin Long. Yeah. So Justin Long is basically in a family and they get attacked by AI coyotes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Coyotes is one of the first films to give us fully AI rendered coyotes. And it looks as bad as you can imagine. It is god awful. You know what? I'll probably pull it up to see if I can maybe find a clip on YouTube or even maybe just skim through the trailer to show you. But it's like, do not watch this movie. Do not waste your time whatsoever. It stays in the depths of Mordor. Now, The Ugly Stepsister. It is a foreign film, of course. Now, Icelandic, of course. The Ugly Stepsister is a retelling of Cinderella. That's, to put it bluntly, it's a retelling of Cinderella. Now add in a massive splash of the substance, and you'll understand the ballpark that we're rolling with. Now, I would put The Ugly Stepsister in woe. However, I will put it at the latter part of woe. So, The Ugly Stepsister, I do recommend. I don't want to spoil anything. That's probably the most that you guys are gonna get. Vex loves The Ugly Stepsister. That I know because I've a porn film clearly. Yeah. Funnily enough, The Ugly Stepsister. Yeah. It depending on the scene, yeah, it kind of is. So yeah. But yes, Vex loves this movie. I know that she was talking about making a video on it even. I don't know if she's still doing that or not, but yeah, she really liked it. And I do recommend it. I really do. It's not probably one of the best of the year, but it's one of the most unique of the year. Okay. Where was I? All right, there we go. 1978. This goes into the depths of Mordor and is probably going to be after 28 years later. Actually, we found a movie worse than 28 years later. So 1978 is basically a football match that happened in 1978 in Argentina. And what they did is you had the government kidnap dissidents of course, the dictatorship during the football match and torture them in underground chambers. And at the end of all of this, don't ask me how, don't ask me why, the devil gets summoned and there are people eating people, and it just, yeah. It becomes a bunch of nonsense. Really. Help me, step substance. I love the broken washing machine scene in Stepsister. Oh, yeah, of course. Does she get stuck in any washing machine? No, she does get stuck in a bay of hay, though. And you have the quite charming man that takes care of the horses. You know, gives her a little hand. So, yeah, you can have some of that. All right. Oh, and we found a movie worse than 1978. 825 Forest Road. Now, man, so this is the first foray into normal filmmaking by Stephen Cognetti. Stephen Cognetti is the dude that did the Hell House LLC franchise. So the Hell House LLC franchise, huge found footage horror movie franchise. There's about five or six movies. The most recent one came out like not too long ago, I think a month or two ago. And so this is his first time making a proper movie, and it is garbage. It is so bad. Like I have no words to explain how bad 825 Forest Road is. It's basically every single trope that you would see in a horror movie, demonic possession horror movie, put into one. Nothing creative, nothing good. I literally have nothing good to say at all about this. I can't even compliment the cinematography or the lighting. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Then we have Heart Eyes and Dangerous Animals in last. So Heart Eyes goes into mid as fuck, and I will explain why. Now, Heart Eyes, Sinners is better than Heart Eyes. I'll give it that. Heart Eyes is a slasher through and through. Did it have green pea soup? 0 out of 10. Oh, actually, no. 10 out of 10. It did have green pea soup. There was just something extra in that soup, and then something extra to come out of your body as well. So, yeah. Now, The Ugly Stepsister is a watch, man. It's a watch. You know, Vex told me that she had to stop it a couple of times before watching it. And I was just like, hey, listen, I wanted to be a mortician. Yeah, I wanted to crack bodies for a living. I made myself a sandwich and ate the movie. Vex was like, yeah, what the fuck? I was like, well, yeah. Like, how could you do this? Like, dude, I wake up in the morning and I watch an autopsy. I know that this is fake, so it doesn't really faze me too much. Um, yes. So, Heart Eyes is a slasher in the same vein as I would say Scream is the most. Yeah, Scream would probably be the closest slasher that it comes into contact with. Now, Heart Eyes, the reason why I like it so much, and the reason why I also put it in mid as fuck, is because the first, well, as I was saying with Dark Hour, first 50% of the movie, 60% even, I would say quite good. It is everything that you would expect a character to do while watching a slasher. Oh, the character sees some weird shit, sees someone following him, doesn't just stop and brush it off, and it's like, no, 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 no. These dudes are straight up throwing hands with the killer, man. Like, killer is out here, left hook, right hook. My main character is like, yeah, I'll give you the same amount of treatment. So yes, Heart Eyes is actually good in that aspect. However, what they do in the second half bogs it down because it sort of stagnates. And after it stagnates, what it does is that it just reverts to slasher tropes. That's the issue. So it's kind of been subverting your tropes. It's been removing itself from all the bad tropes that slashers have had and just reinventing. And then boom, we fall back into it really, really hardcore. And then it's just like, all right, the movie's over. So would Adam Driver say it's good soup? I don't know. Would he? So yeah, and the last one on this list is Dangerous Animals with Jai Courtney. I would put this in right in front of Primitive War, actually. Yes. Dangerous Animals is on the coast of Australia. It's Jai Courtney. He's a dude that lives in his boat because he has a boating tour company. But what he does is he takes people from so people basically it's kind of stupid because you book online and stuff, so they're definitely traceable. But what he does is he always picks pairs, either two women or a man and a woman, but there's always a woman. And so what he does is basically just kidnaps them on the boat, locks them up, and then I would say torture, but it's a bit more than that, It's a bit more. It is the Jai Courtney serial killer movie. Torture isn't the sensationalize. Now that is the word I was looking for. Yes, he really sensationalizes what he does with them, and it's a pretty darn good movie. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a pretty entertaining movie. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was the tier list of what I have personally seen in terms of TV shows and movies that came out this year. Of course, now I have seen a lot more stuff than what is on here. I will download this later on, and I will put it in the how the fuck do I stop sharing my screen? Oh, okay. There we go. Boom. You saw. Now, let me show you guys the other stuff that I watched this month. This year, sorry. All right, so there we go. Boom, boom. All right. So we have this. So these are all the links are in the description. These are my IMDb lists. Did you watch what? Alien Earth and fuck you, Alan. I love you. Did you watch Alien Earth and witness our Lord Tentacles? So these are the TV shows that I watched and quite enjoyed. The Studio is one that I forgot to put in the tier list. The Studio is the Seth Rogen, movie where he plays a producer in Hollywood. I think it's quite good. I think The Studio really worth your time. Definitely recommend it, especially if you love everything cinema. Seth Rogen really does show you all the aspects of that. Jujutsu Kaisen, I did watch it for the first time this year, so entertaining, solid. I I do think it is overhyped. However, the Shibuya arc incident, now that was some really, really, really good stuff. Hell's Kitchen, new season of Hell's Kitchen. It's not done yet. Yes, I do watch Hell's Kitchen. They're at season 24 right now. I love Hell's Kitchen. Dexter, I started watching Dexter for the first time. Holy shit, dudes. I don't want to spoil anything, even though Dexter has been out for years at this point. But man, Dexter is so good. The Last Frontier, we talked about it. Generation Kill, HBO. Really good, Baghdad Assault TV show from same dudes that made Band of Brothers, of course, and The Pacific. Generation Kill, solid. Not too heavy on the action, though. It's more of just the life of these soldiers and the mundanity of it all. Well, if you could call it that. Yeah, Generation Kill is fantastic. I loved it. I didn't know what to expect from it, to be honest, because I had never heard of it until, I think, beginning of this year. And so I was just like, oh, cool. And no, I have not seen Kaiju number 8 yet. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. Probably. It's just that I have so many anime to watch. When I have something that doesn't hook me into it directly, I don't really see the necessity. So maybe in a while I'll watch it. One Punch Man, of course, we talked about. Band of Brothers, watched for the first time at the beginning of the year. Loved it. Last of Us as well. We've talked about that. Edge, actually. This was a particular thing. So Edge isn't really a TV show. It's a pilot episode. And it came out in 2015. It's this Western thing about gold. It's quite entertaining. Yeah, I was bored and interrupted with Minutes of Terror. Yeah, that's a great way to describe Generation Kill. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've seen The Outpost, Jay. The Outpost from 2018 is with Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son. If you haven't seen that movie, I think you would like it. I thought that it was really, really good. It's one of the most underappreciated modern war movies, I would say. It's called The Outpost and it's in 2018. That's when it came out. And so Edge, I would actually like to see where this goes in terms of what happened to the season. But we only have this 1 hour long pilot, and of course directed by Shane Black. That's the reason why I had watched it. I wanted to see if he could do anything, because I had watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for the first time not too long before watching Edge. I was kind of like on a Shane Black binge. And of course, Stranger Things we've talked about. Last Samurai Standing we've talked about. Welcome to Dare we've talked about. And Smiling Friends. So I had heard of Smiling Friends. Oh, yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, Jay, The Outpost is great. Yep. So I had heard of Smiling Friends just like a couple of times. And I had seen a couple of clips, but I didn't know that there were only 27 episodes and they were each like 10 minutes each. So I was like, all right. I ended up binging them in a day. Smiling Friends is really funny. I'm surprised I hadn't watched it sooner. And so that was it for TV shows. As you can tell, I don't watch a ton of TV. I am not a TV person whatsoever. I think that it is a massive waste of time. To me, it's a massive waste of time, because when I watch a movie, I'm like, all right, I can watch 1 movie, 2 movie, 3 movie, 4 movie. And I have the sense of accomplishment that I've, finished watching 4 movies, 4 different things, 4 separate stories. And then when it comes to TV shows, it's like, man, we're still going, huh? And even worse is not knowing if it's bad or not at the end. At least Game of Thrones people know that it's bad now, but they can still watch it. Oh man. But watching ongoing TV shows, very, very hard for me. Tur, have you watched the Space King series on you? What the fuck is that? Space King? What is this? Huh? Space King is an independent animated web series my Flash gets on YouTube. Huh? No, I have not. Now, I will check this out then. All right. Thanks for the shout out, Jay, for Space King. Yeah, I have written it down. I've never, even just looking at the pictures, nothing pops into mind at this point. So yeah, we'll check that out. And now, of course, just, to round up the stream, I'm going to go through just a couple of movies that I watched that I think deserved attention, or that it was my first time watching. So Tombstone, it was actually my first time watching this year. Loved it. ones that stand out. I thought the Mindhunters was actually a quite entertaining film. And so Mindhunters basically is LL Cool J. You've got Val Kilmer, Christine Slater as well. It's directed by Rennie Harlan, and so it's a group of well Mindhunters, if you could have guessed, a bunch of psychology students from Praise to Be Space King. It's a bunch of psychology students that are about to graduate. Val Kilmer is is their head, and so he basically drops them off on an island. He says, "Listen, we have a crime scene that has been, set up. Everything will happen in the morning, and what you have to do is you have the weekend to sort of figure out the motive of the killer, the pattern of the killer. Keep in mind this is an exam, so when they stumble on a crime scene, they're supposed to stumble on dolls and stuff. It's not supposed to be real people. However, when they get to the first crime scene, one of them is killed. And every single time they go to a next crime scene, because there's a timer, the timer gets shorter each time. And so there's a timer between crime scenes. And so each person at a next crime scene will die. And so your goal is to find out which one of these 6 people is the serial killer, if he or she even is among them. And I think that's quite entertaining, to be honest with you. Especially one thing that they pull in the middle of the movie, where you have I'm not going to spoil it, but they're all there, all of them. Not one of them is hiding or can hide. And then something happens and you're like, wait, what? No way. Then who is the killer? There really are those moments. So I think the Mindhunters, quite an entertaining watch. Really do recommend it. Frailty as well. Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton, incredible. The Empty Man was actually an underrated one. Cure, I hated Cure, man. I know that Kiyoshi Kurosawa, one of the best horror film directors in terms of Japanese horror, but Cure, I do not know why people love Cure so much. To me, I just found it quite boring. It took me 4 or 5 times to watch it, to sit through to watch it. And the 1 hour 51 minutes does not do any favors for this thing. This could definitely be chopped to 1 hour 30, 1 hour 25 even, and it would still keep all of its weight. Weapons, we spoke about that. Bloodlines as well, together, Primitive War. Poseidon. I know Melvin and Jay. What? Sure, we're gonna have to get you on Nick's Masculine Monday show to force you to watch more movies. Why not, to be honest? Well, it's I just don't watch. Well, I have periods, Well, oh god, don't clip me on that. But yes, I do have certain periods where I'm going to watch a huge amount of movies. Yeah. I get it. So I do have periods where I watch a shit ton of movies, and there are other periods where it's I'm not watching anything for the entire month. The last time I did that was in October. So the month of October, I think I watched 44 movies in the entire month of October, and then the month after, I barely watched anything. Yeah, that's how it is now. And so, yes, Hell or High Water, watched it for the first time. I liked it. Are there any standouts? Yeah, so We Were Soldiers is a standout. I had never seen this movie. I had never heard of this movie. I didn't even know that Mel Gibson had done this film. It was, as you can see, I rated it a 9 out of 10. I thought that it was exceptional. We Were Soldiers really touched my heart. It was great seeing the guy from American Pie back there. The hunk from American Pie. He was one of the soldiers in the movie, and even just the weight, you could feel the weight between every single step that these guys took. And when it came down to the action, it was just whoa. I don't know if it would be Mel's best war movie, but I put it up there. We Were Soldiers is good, rad. Yeah, it is. It was good. Smilex, yo! Smilex, I was actually thinking about you this afternoon, because I was oh man, I hope Smilex pops in the chat today whenever I go live. And so yeah, dude, it's a pleasure to see you. It's a pleasure to have you in the chat, dude. I'm actually gonna try and get on B-sides. I'm looking for when I have time because like at 3 a.m. on my side, and I'm trying to, make my sleep schedule normal again. And so yeah, so I want to do. I do want to come on B-sides, but yeah, hopefully you're on. Hopefully Jay is on as well the day that I come on. I do not have a date yet. Trying to before the end of the year. I hope so, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna contact Atom and Barber about that. We still live, baby. Yeah, we still live, man. Big Tony, what's good, my man? You'd never seen We Were Soldiers? No, I'd never seen We Were Soldiers, dude. Dude, they made so many war movies in the early 2000s, and I was just born. So yeah, waves like a weirdo. Did you watch Spy Game like I recommended? Wait, let me search this up because I think I'm confusing two different. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, the Brad Pitt one. Yes, sir, I did, and I did like it. I did like it. Maybe I didn't catalog it. Maybe it's down. I'm not too sure. Okay. What else would we have that's interesting? Oh, Existence. Cronenberg. I had never really experienced Cronenberg before, and yeah, Existence was pretty good. I really liked it. I think that Cronenberg is so the only Cronenberg movie I had seen prior was Scanners from 1981, if my memory serves me correct. Really like that movie. Beautiful head explosion, by the way, that they redid as well in The Sadness in 2021. So yep, do check that out. Now, this man here, Larry Fessenden, he was a stain on my month of October. I cannot even begin to explain how he was a stain on my month of October. The reason why is because this movie is called Wendigo. You would expect it to talk about a Wendigo. It's like, huh? No, an hour and a half wasted. You only see a Wendigo at the last 2 minutes of the movie. And you're like, huh? And so I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck this movie. Fuck this Larry Fessenden guy. I'm gonna just continue my journey and watch another movie. Oh my god. I watched another movie, and guess who the director was? Larry Fessenden. And I was like, no way. Another really, really bad movie. This time with Ron Perlman in the middle of the Arctic. And I was like, huh? Why are these movies really, really bad? And then at the end of the last winter, keep in mind, this has absolutely nothing at all to do with Wendigos or Northern American spirits or anything like that. At the end of this movie, boom, out of nowhere, Wendigos. And I was like, no, this has to be a problem. And I don't know if I had watched another Larry Fessenden movie or it had just pissed me off to the point where I started researching the stuff that he had done. And I found out that this dude was actually obsessed with the Wendigo. So this man truly is obsessed with the Wendigo to the point where he's been trying to make Wendigo movies and anything Wendigo related for so long. And he finally got his big break because he is the writer, ladies and gentlemen, of Until Dawn, the video game. So yes, the video game from 2015. It is his baby, basically. It's his passion project. So yes, this dude ended up making one of the best Wendigo stories. So yeah, hats off to him, even though he tried to shoehorn in fucking Wendigos in every single thing. Pissed me off, man. Yeah, so I only watched Scanners. That was pretty much it. I will watch The Fly. I will watch it. I've seen clips of The Fly because my dad used to watch it when I was a kid. So I've seen it through that. It's the same way that I had seen Heat. My dad used to watch Heat a shit ton when I was a kid. And he would never really let me watch it in full because of the violence and stuff like that. But I rewatched it with him recently before he went off to work in the mountains. And I realized that, yeah, I remembered every single aspect and sometimes even lines of dialogue of Heat from when I was a kid. So it wouldn't surprise me if the same thing happened with The Fly, because The Fly is actually one of my dad's favorite movies. So yeah. So what was I looking at? Yeah, these horror in the high desert movies, skip them. Ravenous. Ah, yes. The Guy Pearce movie, the when the vampire go thingy. I didn't even know. I guess it's a Wendigo. So yeah, Ravenous. Definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. I liked it. And also Old Henry. So Old Henry is arguably probably the best Western I've seen since in a long time, actually. Yeah, probably Old Henry is the closest thing that we've gotten to a proper classic Western. And when I say classic Western, I'm talking about like Unforgiven. Wait, Unforgiven? Yeah. I was about to say Unforgivable for some reason. I don't know why. Unforgiven levels of like that type of Western, where it's very slow at the beginning, it's very character driven, and then you only have a shootout at the very end. It's like just like how it should be. And Old Henry, I mean, the performances are fantastic by Tim Blake Nelson. Man, I feel like this is a truly an underrated gem, and not enough people talk about it. So yeah, Old Henry. If you haven't seen it, 2021, definitely recommend it. It's one of the best movies that I've seen of this year. Then what else do we have? Man, what could I recommend to you guys? Well, you guys will see that this is a lot of fan footage stuff. Oh, Sahara. Controversial opinion. I actually preferred Sahara over The Mummy. Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. Of course, sort of in the same vein, but I do think the Sahara had less pacing issues than The Mummy, which is crazy. So yeah. Oh, and Sanctum. Is this the? No, wait. I think I'm fucking up. No, this isn't the Ewan Grufford movie. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. It is. It is. I don't know why his name isn't on IMDb. So yeah, Sanctum is a movie that was produced by James Cameron. It is a underwater cave exploration survival movie based on a Boo Waylon is an all right Western. Boo. It's a great Western. All right. Yeah, Sahara is good. Sahara. Yep. Pleasantly surprised. I had seen it once when I was a kid and never again because I used to love Steve Zahn when I was a kid. Everything he was in, I would just binge. So yeah. Sanctum is with Ewan Grufford, the guy who plays Mr. Fantastic in the 2005 Fantastic Four movies. And it's produced by James Cameron. So a lot of the stuff is really well made and practical, the underwater caves and stuff like that, especially if you're someone who watches things like Scary Interesting, the YouTube channel Scary Interesting, where you know a lot about disasters that can happen in underwater caves like me. It's a pretty decent watch. It's a pretty decent watch. Now, Salem's Lot, yeah, the original. Alligator is actually quite a good classic from the 80s, quite a good creature feature. Because of how seriously it's actually treated in comparison to all the other films of the time. Yeah, James Cameron gets semi-aroused underwater. Probably that man has a problem with water. Water and aliens. Yeah, he does have a problem with water and aliens. Now that you mention it. The Abyss. Oh man, that was some kinky search history, that's for sure. Alligator, pretty good. Robert Forster does a really good job in this. Robert Forster, for those of you who don't know, he is the detective in Jackie Brown, Quentin Tarantino movie. He does a great job in this. I think it's definitely worth your time. Alligator from 1980. Now you have Night of the Comet and Night of the Creeps. I would like them to remake Night of the Creeps. Night of the Comet could stay where the fuck it's at, to be honest with you. Night of the Creeps, now that deserves a remake. That's for sure. And then, is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Oh, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Now, this is a... yeah, I mean, Night of the Comet was cool, but I genuinely preferred Night of the Creeps, man. Night of the Creeps was just way up my alley compared to Night of the Comet. But I did enjoy Night of the Comet, though. I did enjoy it. I won't say that I didn't. But I do prefer Night of the Creeps. Oh, no, he doesn't. He really didn't phone it in. I mean, it's crazy because you see him go against like what? I would say 12-foot. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Nah. Yeah, probably 12-foot rubber alligator. Attack a fucking wedding. Oh my god. And he still plays it straight, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. Cave divers. Oh, this this cave is called the Abyss of Death, and 72 people have died here. So anyway, we're going on Tuesday. Yeah, that's how the descent was made. Watch Miracle Mile. I love Miracle Mile. I watched it. It's in my list for last year on my IMDb of what I watched last year. Actually, Miracle Mile. Really liked it. I do wish that they had, given us something just a bit more at that end. Those final 6 minutes. I don't. Even I can't tell you what it is, but I just feel like they needed something extra. But yeah, Miracle Mile, definitely loved it. I've seen it twice or 3 times since the last time. Wolf of Snow Hollow, Jim Cummings, Robert Forster again. This is probably one of the best movies I've seen this year, and it came out in 2020. It's a classic werewolf in a small town scenario, but it is absurd. And like actually absurd, like the proper definition of absurd, where the characters are sort of weird and wacky. So this is either you're really going to get into it from the get-go and you're going to see that it's for you, or you're really just going to see that it's not for you, and from the get-go just turned off. That's it. But do give it a chance. The Wolf of Snow Hollow, it's interesting. We watched It Conquered the World last week, and Lee Van Cleef was far better than he had any reason to be. Oh, dude, Lee Van Cleef is always good. Let me see. We Conquered the World. Maybe if I see the poster, I'll recognize it. We Conquered. It Conquered the World. Oh no, I've seen it. Yep. The poster says something. So yeah, I've definitely seen it somewhere. That's for sure. Also, the title lied. The creature barely conquered the high street. Oh yes. Dude, welcome to 50s and 60s. Well, 40s, 50s, and 60s creature filmmaking. These guys know how to sell their shit out of nonsense. Oh, I watched Doomsday for the first time. Neil Marshall, Rona Mitra, Bob Hoskins. And this exact moment is when I found out that Bob Hoskins was British. And no joke. No joke. I was so shocked, because in my mind, I thought that this dude was American from Super Mario Bros. This entire time. I've only ever seen him with an American accent. That's it. And so seeing him with like a proper gruff accent, I was like, whoa, Bob Hoskins. And I actually went to do research. I paused the movie and went to do research for about 45 minutes on Bob Hoskins because it fascinated me so much. So yeah, Hoskins is pure Cockney. Oh yeah. Definitely. And he's had a thrilling career as well. I've only known him for his roles where he plays I wouldn't even say bumbling idiot, but where he's very lighthearted. But those roles where he can go quite somber. It's like, whoa, this dude is he's a thespian. And yes, Iron Sky. Not just Iron Sky, but Iron Sky 2, The Coming Race, baby. Of course I've seen 1 and 2. I don't know. You listen, you can't leave one without the other. Seeing Udo Kier as Hitler, riding a T-Rex. Meanwhile, you have a reptilian Margaret Thatcher and reptilian Genghis Khan. And dude, Iron Sky is something else, man. And the worst part is that they're actually entertaining. It's so bad it's good. It's like, it's genuinely just entertaining, like that's where it is. It knows what it is, and it leans into it so well. Oscar's, well, I mean, to me, he's kind of lighthearted in comparison to the roles where, like, well, I think he's lighthearted because the subject matter is sort of lighthearted because they're tunes. you know, even though we do see one of them just die. So yeah. Yeah, Hitler on a T-Rex, exactly. Hearing Henry Cavill speak in British after seeing Man of Steel blew my mind. Huh. Yeah, straight American audiences probably wouldn't have been too familiar with Cavill. I was very familiar with Cavill before Man of Steel, because I had seen a ton of movies that he was in, especially with smaller roles. So I've seen him do British accents, his native accent, and then the American accent. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Iron Sky is a lot of silly fun. It is. I love Iron Sky. Iron Sky 2 was amusing, but went to absurd. Yeah, I'll admit, during the ending of Iron Sky 2, you're kind of just like, this is a bit much, but I'm still there for it. Thereafter that, we had Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Shane Black, RDJ, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is so fucking hilarious in this movie. I'll probably rewatch this tonight just to see Val Kilmer again. Val Kilmer, if you've never seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, watch it just for Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. These guys were perfectly cast. And this is 2005, so just before Iron Man and just after... Well, this is kind of like in that period where nobody wanted to hire RDJ. So, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, worth it. Definitely worth it. Bob got at least third base with Jessica Rabbit. I have no idea what that means. Under the sweater, but above the bra, followed by butt stuff. No idea. I don't even know. I don't even know what third base is, man. Like, I know there's first base, second base, third base. I've been hearing that expression my entire life, but like, I've never personally said, "Hey, man, I touch base" or something like that. So I wouldn't even know if, I guess first base would be kissing, second base, I don't know. Maybe kissing a different set of lips, more vertical than horizontal. I'd seen him in Count of Monte Cristo, but I didn't recognize him until I rewatched it later. Yes, Henry Cavill was actually in a ton of stuff right before Man of Steel. So yeah, you've definitely seen him in movies that you didn't even know. And Val Kilmer kills it in that movie. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite Val Kilmer roles ever. He's just so good. Rewatched World Trade Center, rewatched Jumper, of course. Rewatched The Outpost. There it is. Rewatched Enemy at the Gates as well. Watched The Covenant for the first time. Solvent, a bunch of trash. Don't watch this. Vatican, bunch of trash. Don't watch this. Hey, we've got Night of the Demons here as well. Night of the Demons, I like it. It's hilarious because it has the black guy in here is probably one of the best black dudes in horror because he sees a demon and he's just like, fuck this shit. And then he's with the white girl. And then she's like, hey, man, you got to help me out. It's like, bitch, fuck you mean? Dude just went out on his own. He was like, fuck this shit. Definitely understandable in this situation, 100%. Night of the Demons, solid 80s recommendation from me. Then what else? Cockneys versus Zombies. I wouldn't recommend. You see, even though there are famous British actors, old and young, especially for the time 2012, I'd say skim through it, but it has too many pacing issues where Cockneys versus Zombies is just pretty mediocre. Hulk, ladies and gentlemen, Ang Lee's Hulk. Expect a video on Ang Lee's Hulk. That is my next video. That's my return to form video. Nothing else that I really would like to talk about except for Reign of Fire. Yes, Reign of Fire, rewatched it recently for the first time in about a decade, to be honest with you. And Reign of Fire holds up surprisingly well. Really, really, really surprisingly well. Yeah. Reign of Fire, I don't want to say more because I feel like a lot of people have seen it a fair ways back, but haven't rewatched it. I do think that it deserves that rewatch. It holds up. Now, of course, we talked about these. So the only thing left is The Host, Bong Joon-ho, of course, the 2006 monster movie. I think it's all right. I don't think it's exceptional. I think that it is quite overrated. 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb as an average, especially for something that was rated in 2006. I think it's quite high for me. I would have rated it 6, like I did here. And then the last one that I would like to talk about is the Anton Yelchin Fright Night remake with David Tennant and Colin Farrell, which is actually one of the most underrated in terms of good horror remakes or good remakes in general. I do think the Fright Night benefits a lot from Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell is exceptional in this. He's there, He has such good screen presence. Wait. Is he better than the black dude at the beginning of T1? T1. Oh yeah, definitely better. Definitely. Oh dude, for sure. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. No one is better than Chad, trash truck driver from T1. I mean, dude saw the space-time whole flow in front of his eyes, and then he was just like, yeah, fuck it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was all I actually wanted to talk about for today in terms of like 2025 stuff. So do you guys in chat have anything that you want me to bring up or talk about before I leave you? Because let me see this. So Man Finds Tape, Movie Blues recommended that. I will watch it. Then after that, Jay, you said Space King by Flash Gets on YouTube as well. And then you told me to come on Nick's Masculine stream too. Yeah. So let me just log those a bit in my mind. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. Let me just check the chat. This is some white people shit. Fuck this. Best character in the movie. Yes. Nah, how's your good? I'll email you later. Yeah, man, of course. Thoughts on Fat Man with Mel Brooks? I've never seen Fat Man. Wait, what? Oh, Mel Gibson, not Mel Brooks. Okay. That's why I was like, no, Mel Brooks, Fat Man. You see, I didn't even know that Mel Gibson made a action Christmas movie. What? Where he plays a contract killer to kill Santa? Huh. Okay. You've actually sold me, Jake. I've never heard of this, but yeah, I'll watch it and I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Yeah, it actually looks pretty interesting, to be honest with you. Boom, boom, boom. Everything here is good. Let me just check my notes real quick if there's anything that I wanted to talk about. Not really, actually. All right, so I guess we're good. Fat Man is fun. In Bruges is a good alternative. Oh my god, alternative Xmas film too. I like In Bruges. It's a nice Colin Farrell movie. I always keep getting Colin Farrell and Colin Firth mixed up. What about Looker, Brainstorm, and Bicentennial Man? I love Bicentennial Man. Bicentennial Man is actually the second ever. No. So the third ever Robin Williams movie, because I remembered Aladdin where he played the genie. So it was Aladdin, RV, and Bicentennial Man were the first three Robin Williams films that I had ever seen. And man, Bicentennial Man really just struck a chord with me when I was a kid. Because, growing up watching Jurassic Park, seeing Sam Neill in there, and then just seeing how he's trying to be humanized. It's just, and of course, directed by Chris Columbus, who had made all the earlier Harry Potter movies and a lot of my childhood classics. So it was, Bicentennial Man was something to me. I had never read the Asimov original book. However, I might check it out, to be honest. I've been reading a lot. So yeah, Bicentennial Man, I really, really love Bicentennial Man. Brainstorm. Let me check this out. Brainstorm. Is it the 1980? Yeah, okay. I knew it was this one. Jay, I have not seen Brainstorm yet. Crazily enough, I was actually gonna watch this last night. Yeah, I was actually gonna watch this and Altered States last night, which is pretty interesting. So, and Looker, Looker, I have seen it. However, I do need to rewatch it because I rewatched it way too long ago to the point where I only remember glimpses of it. So yeah, so for Looker, I would need to rewatch that. Also made the first two Home Alone movies. Yeah. Chris Columbus made a ton of really cool childhood films. Yeah. Thank God it wasn't Brett Ratner working with those children. If not, we would have died. Oh God. Yeah. My humor is fucked sometimes. So yeah. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're done for today. We've been going on for almost 2 hours strong. First live stream in a while. Massive thank you to everyone that passed by, that was here in the chat. I really want to apologize because I know that this was like a Friday afternoon for most people, evening for some. I know a lot of people like to go to the pub, get a pint, you know. But yeah, thank you guys for staying with me for about 2 hours, and I hope you guys have a really wonderful Christmas and maybe New Year's, depending on if I'm somewhere, if I see you guys before New Year's. So just want to wish you guys a really happy holidays, Christmas and New Year. And yeah, man, just want to say I really appreciate you guys. I mean, genuinely do. Seriously. The fact that you guys, still come here and watch me stream, still speak with me in the Discord and through email and everything. It's touching. So yeah, here was to 2025, and hopefully 2026 is even better. So yeah, and yes, I will 100% be making a comeback by 2020. Hopefully, I get this video edited. I just hope I don't get any copyright issues with the Ang Lee Hulk movie. If I do get copyright issues, then it'll be out by January. If not, yeah, my goal is to make a video a month or 2 videos a month max. That's it. 2 videos a month and maybe a live stream. Just a live stream like this, So yeah. But yeah, just want to say really again, thanks everyone. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Good seeing you again, Tur. Good seeing you, Jay. Love you, man. And I see you, Tur. If we don't cross paths beforehand, have an awesome Christmas. Thank you, Smilex. Love you, man. Good seeing you, Tur. Thank you, Jacob. Love you, man. Oh, somehow Tur returned. Where's the old boy epic video? You don't realize that the old boy video is still here. Like, I'm actively editing that. It's written, everything has been rendered, everything has been like everything is good, even the thumbnail, everything is done. I'm literally just editing it right now. But since it has so much, this is probably the most editing that I've had to do for a video, simply because I'm on sort of like Mahler's time, where every single thing I have on screen that I say like actually has an on-screen visualization, compared to when I do my casual reviews. It's crazy because when I do my casual reviews, most of all the footage comes from the trailers and stuff like that, so you're quite limited. But here I have the footage of the actual movie. I have footage with director's commentary over it and subtitle speaking. I've got all the BTS stuff. I've got all the, oh my God, it's just so much to edit down. So yeah, it's literally just in the editing room. That's it. Everything is recorded and done. So yeah, good seeing you too, Waylon. Remember to watch out for the biomechanical snails. Editing the 3-hour examination. Fingernails with an old boy. Yeah, of course. Don't forget, man. You have to have an entire 10-minute section of your video where you're talking about how they eat live octopi. So yeah. But yeah, I just want to say thank you everyone for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Let me see if I didn't miss any super chats. No. All right, we are good. Thank you to everyone who sent in super chats. Once again, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time, and I do not have an outro because I forgot how to use Streamyard. But next time, hopefully, I will be streaming on OBS. Sorry. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be a bit smoother. Not really, but it'll be there. All right. See you, everyone. Bye-bye now. Yep. No. Stream doesn't want to end. Oh my God. Timing.